So you're in the market for some bike lights. Whether you're looking to upgrade some previous old lights into some better, more lumen present lights, or maybe you're looking to set up your very first setup on bike lights because you're looking to get out there and do your first night ride this season because the sun's going down quicker and all that. Well, you've come to the most bike informative creators on the internet, and that's me, Mark, here from Jenson, USA, to bring you a video all about what we think are the top 3 best brands of 2023 for bike lights and some of the bike light options that they have to offer that you should be considering to get out there and ride when the sun goes down. All right, so in this video, we're gonna go over the top 3 brands that we think are the right for you out of what we carry here at Jenson, USA, and some of the great bike lights that they have to offer. Now you may be questioning, why did you pick these 3 brands? Well, first of all, let me tell you the 3 brands that we picked, and then I'll tell you why we picked them. We went with Lezyne, great quality brand. We went with NiteRider, great quality brand. And lastly, we went with Gloworm. Again, I repeat myself, great quality brand. Now, why did we pick these? Well, because we feel that with these 3 brands, you cannot go wrong in a choice of lights. They offer both amazing quality, they offer great customer support and amazing engineering when it comes to creating lights for you to throw on your bike and ride when the sun goes down. So we picked these bikes because we wanted to make sure that whatever light choice you decide based on this video or whatever else, if you pick something from these 3 companies, you're gonna be happy, you're gonna ride longer, and you're gonna keep pedaling. So why don't we start off by getting into Lezyne. I'm gonna talk about the company, I'm gonna go over some of the lights that they have to offer and how those might fit your and suit your riding needs. So let's get right into that. Now I just want to add here real quick, maybe you're like, well, I don't really know much about lights. Well, the great thing is, as I already previously mentioned, with us being the best bicycle informative video creators on the internet, we've done a video already, and in that video we break down all the features of bike lights and how they relate to you as a rider. So if you're looking for information just on a general idea of bike lights and how things like lumens and batteries and mounting options and beam patterns and all those things, how they relate to you, well then make sure to check the link in the description because you can watch all that information and then jump into here and look at all these great brands and be able to make the perfect decision for you. So again, let's jump right in here and go over Lezyne to start, and we'll talk about how this company will benefit you in your bike light situation as well as some of the products they offer. All right, so starting with Lezyne. Lezyne is a cycling company that we know makes gorgeous, well-rounded, quality products through all of their stuff, and that is no exception for the lights that they make. If I were to give Lezyne the title, I would say it's long run times in a convenient package. They're winning that. They're getting the gold. If you want long run times, you want everything in a convenient package, Lezyne is the way to go. Now with Lezyne, you may not get the highest lumen rating, but you're getting everything compacted there. They have everything from great lights to make it seem like it's daylight out there with the great quality lumen range, as well as everything from putting it to lightweight on your helmet to great excessive, or I should say dispersed beam patterns with their lights. So with Lezyne, we're getting everything in a package. We're getting long run times because they know that that's a big focus for them. It's not so much the super brightness, but it's keeping you riding for longer. And that's what we like to see. So if you're someone that's doing much, or I should say I can't even get the word out. If you're someone that's looking to do very long rides, Lezyne is the way to go. You're getting that all-in-one package. It's lightweight and it's gonna run for a long time on that lumen range. So let's start off with the Lezyne Lite Drive 1000 XL. Now what we're seeing again is this is an internal light type, right? The battery is mounted within the light on this. Very lightweight. It comes in at 153 grams with a max lumen output of 1,000 grams, or 1,000 lumens, excuse me. Now, it comes with a micro USB for charging, which I don't know if you're a USB-C or a micro and whether you take a side there, but that could be a determining factor for you. I also put in that the recharge time on this is 4 hours, so decently significant, but I would say this is probably the most well-rounded light that Lezyne has to offer. The 1,000 lumens is gonna give you around I don't know, an hour and 30 minutes of runtime. So if you want to go max output, you're only going to get about an hour and a half of runtime. If you're looking for that more well-rounded, it's a good illumination, the 500 lumen output here is going to give you 3 hours. That's really good runtime. 500 lumens is going to be a great amount of light to keep you going. And 3 hours on your bike at night, couldn't get any better than that, right? Some other things to notice is it's a CNC aluminum machine body, and you can see the cooling fins all along the side. So as you're riding, this thing is going to stay cool. You don't have to worry about overheating issues. It has already a pre-mounted bar system here, so it's going to fit almost all bars that you can think of. Super bright for 1,000 lumens if you need that hour and a half. It also has plenty of, you know, flashing modes. It has 8 different modes that you can set with the tactile button here on the top. So this is a great option if you're looking for that 1,000 lumen range and try to vary there and figure out the average on what you want to get out of this light. So just kind of looking at my notes here, the one thing I just want to bring up too is that it is remote switch compatible. As we talked about in a previous video, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of these light companies offer remote switches. So when it comes to lumen output, maybe you're only going to get 1,000 for an hour and a half, but with the remote switch, you can drop that lumen rating as you're climbing, and then when you're going down that descent and it's getting pretty gnarly, you can get that remote switch and ramp it up real quick so you can see everything in front of you as you're going down. So keep that in mind if you're looking at the Lezyne 1000 XL Lite Drive. All right, so the next light offering I want to bring in here from Lezyne is a great well-rounded light if you're doing gravel or road cycling, or maybe you're looking to do an additive lumen rating when it comes to cycling. And by that I mean putting 2 different lights together to increase your lumen rating versus just having a single light with a real high blast. And with that, we have the Lezyne Hecto 500 XL. Now this is a single lumen light with its max output being 500 lumens. At 500 lumens, you're only going to get about a 1 hour of runtime. So if you're looking to just full blast this thing, make sure you plan accordingly because you're going to get about an hour. But if you're looking to, you know, just illuminate the road in front of you, it's not super crazy terrain, you can go 200 lumens at 2 hours or 100 lumens at 4 hours. So there's a good range there. Again, similarly to the 1000 XL, the 500 here has 8 different modes of all different flashing and pulse modes to get you going and keep you safe. The different lumen addresses that you need there. It again is equipped with another handlebar mount here to help you mount it properly. You can always buy the helmet mount if this is what you're looking to put on your helmet, which makes it really easy to attach it to your helmet for a helmet mount. Again, this is an aluminum body. It has cooling fins designed right into the body. What I think is a really cool feature, if maybe you're looking for a light to commute or something like that and you don't want to carry cables with you, on the back of this, all you do is remove the rubber cap and your actual charger is built in. So that's actually a USB charger right there. And all you do is plug that into your laptop. You can plug that in to a little power box at work or at school or whatever it may be. And you don't have to worry about bringing a cable with you. So you get everything in one. This is your system all in one. So it offers you a very good, well-rounded system. But I would recommend this if you're looking for more gravel or road riding and you're looking to illuminate, because 500 lumens isn't really my recommendation for crazy descents or anything for mountain biking. It's more so for your gravel or your road. The Hecto 500 XL. And with the Hecto 500 XL, the weight is coming in at 84 grams, so it's a very lightweight light. You're not going to have a lot of weight there with it. And as far as recharge time, 2.5 hours. So that's really good. For 2.5 hours, you can have your light recharged and ready to get out there rolling at night. So Hecto 500 XL. So now that I just mentioned the Hecto 500 XL, which is more targeted towards your gravel or your road, I want to bring in a couple tail lights that Lezyne offers, because I think they're really doing good when it comes to tail lights and keeping you visible when you're out there riding. The first one is the Zecto. So we went from Hecto to Zecto. Drive Max 250. This is a 250 lumen rear tail light here. Now this has, again, 8 modes here to keep all different flashing and pulse modes to make sure you're visible. It comes equipped already all-in-one type of strap system, so whether you're throwing it on the loop of your bag, you can use the cords that they offer you to hook it to your seat post. It's got a nice concave feeling here, so that way it hooks and stays put. As well as it's a micro USB charge system here, so pretty neat. It comes in at 69 grams, so pretty lightweight when it comes to a 250 lumen tail light to keep you visible. And it has, again, a recharge time of 2.5 hours. So if you're looking for a great, rear tail light, this is the Zecto Max Rear 250. All right, so let's go over some of the different modes and how long they last for you when you're out there riding. So if you're just doing a straight red beam from this at say 35 lumens, you're gonna get 6-hour runtime. 35 lumens at just a red light is pretty visible. It's gonna be good, for people to see you, but the primary reason you're probably gonna get a red light is you want those flashing pulse options. Say if you wanted to go the full 250 lumen pulse or flash rating, you're gonna get 9 hours on this thing. That's a long time, right? So 9 hours of riding, that's pretty crazy. Now, say you want to do flash and you want to keep it pretty low lumens, you just want it to be, decently visible when you're out there riding, and you want to go say 35 lumens on the flash, you can get 6 hours on this. It goes all the way down if you want to say, and you can go 5 lumens for 24 hours. That's crazy. So if you just want to turn this thing on at 5 lumens, the lowest setting, you can get 24 hours of runtime. So just to break down some of the times that you can consider, as well, if you look on our product page, it breaks all these down for you further. So if that's really what you want to look at, then make sure to check out the product page. The links will be down below for all of the products we're going to go through. So check out the description. All right, so the next tail light I just wanted to talk here is again from Lezyne, and this is the Strip Drive Pro 300. This is a class-leading 300 lumen output tail light. And as you can see, it's more of in a strip form here. Now what this does is it offers 270 degrees of visibility on that flashing, so it really makes you visible when you're out there riding. Another great thing is it has 5 LEDs in here, so you're really gonna get that brightness that you need when you're riding. This is coming in at the max 300 lumens. It's got a weight of 53 grams, so it's pretty light. It's even lighter than the Zecto 250, and I think this has to do with the design that it is in that strip formation. It also has a recharge time of 2 hours, so again, we're even quicker on the recharge time of this. So it really is, breaking boundaries even against its own competitors within the brand on how taillights can be. So if you're really looking for lighter weight, quick recharge times, a high visibility rating, I would recommend the Strip Drive Pro Rear 300. Now, when we're looking at and breaking down the lumen ratings and timings, let's get into these a little bit. So say if you wanted to go 300 full lumen flash output, you're getting 5 hours of ride time on this thing. That's pretty good. If you wanted to break it down all the way and say you wanted just 50 lumens of a constant red light out of here, you're getting 3 hours. So when you're looking at those differences, it's got that long time run that we're talked about with Lezyne. They really prioritize that here. They're giving you a light that's going to last a long time, so if you're riding for long distances, this is what I would recommend when it comes to a tail light. Even the Zecto 250, it's a great option, right? So maybe it's a little bit heavier, it takes a little bit longer to charge up, but it's pretty bright when it comes to flash modes. Again, this one has also 8 modes of different flash and solid red light settings, so you're able to play with those and figure out how those different lumen settings, how those different pulse and flashing modes work for you in your area and your style of riding. So that's it for Lezyne. So let's get into our next brand, which is going to be NiteRider. All right, so next up in our light category of brands that I want to discuss that I think are the best for 2023 is NiteRider. And this brand is basically as cool as the Hoff and his black car, because if you're as old as me, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, just let it go by. Or maybe our video guy will throw a cool little thing to pop up on the screen so you get an idea of what I mean by NiteRider. But anyways, related to the lights, NiteRider has been in business for over 30 years, always headquartered out of Southern California. So they've been in the light game for a very long time. They know exactly what they're doing when it comes to it. If I'm to give them the title like I did with Lezyne, it's lightweight, compact all-in-one when it comes to their lighting, right? Much more lighter in their systems. Again, it's an all-in-one system, but they do offer options for external batteries. Here though, we're just gonna focus on the internal all-in-one systems because I think that's really what sets them apart as a brand that you should be focusing on. So again, over 30 years in business, super lightweight, all convenience and everything in one package. So let's get into some of the models, and we're gonna start with the Lumina Pro 1300. All right, so first up is the NiteRider Lumina Pro 1300. Now this is a reinforced nylon shell. Again, this is making that weight get really low. It's coming in at 193 grams. For a 1300 lumen light, 193 grams is really good. It is both water and dust resistant, so if you're out there riding pretty gnarly stuff, it's gonna help you out there. It has the max lumen rating of 1300. It is USB-C rechargeable, so again, if you're looking for that USB-C on everything and that's the system you want to charge things, this is USB-C compatible. It has 8 different modes here to break through all your levels. They have a great system called NiteLink, in which you can basically pair wirelessly through your technology of the light to a thumb drive to basically control your light lumens and all that. So this is the Lumina Pro 1300. Charge time here is 4 hours. So not so quick on the charge times like we saw with Lezyne, but still 4 hours isn't that bad when you're getting 1300 max lumen output. So let's look at a little bit about how long these lumen ranges last for when you're out there riding. All right, so if we're looking at run times and you want to run this light on low, it's going to come in at 200 lumens, which you're going to get 6 hours of run time. So maybe on your ascent up a long hill, you throw this thing in low mode, 200 lumens is going to be pretty sufficient to see the trail out in front of you and give you a long climb with it. Now maybe you're going to turn around and go real fast down, you know, a big descent. Is going to be pretty crazy features. You want to pump this thing up to say 1,000 lumens, maybe not the max 1300, but 1,000 lumens. You're going to get an hour and a half run time out of this battery. That's really good for an internal battery system at 1300. Now say you want to put it all the way up on boost mode and get 1300, you're going to get about 45 minutes of runtime on that. So when you're looking at your trail that you're about to go out and ride, keep in mind of the averaging when you're looking at that battery here. So low, 200 lumens, you're getting 6 hours. At boost, you're getting 45 minutes. And at like that good, strong 1,000 lumen output, you're getting an hour and a half. This light also has different flash modes, everything from, you know, 7.5 hours at super flash to around pulse flash at 12 hours. So it's plenty of great things. Another cool feature I just want to add in here real quick is it has something called walk mode. Say you need to get off your bike and you just need a flashlight, you can pull this thing off, put it at 70 lumens, which is pretty good just to be able to see the trail in front of you if you're walking, and you're going to get 17 hours of runtime on this in case you need to have it as a flashlight. So that's pretty good for the Lumina Pro 1300. But let's put this down and I'm going to get into the 1500, which is the next step up from NiteRider here, and let's talk about the features that the 1500 has. This is the Lumina Max 1500. Again, we have a nylon reinforced shell, right, which brings our weight here, let's see here, 216 grams. Crazy. That's super light for a 1500 max lumen output. Which, speaking of max lumen outputs, at boost mode, which is 1500 lumens, you're getting 50 minutes of that boost mode. That's pretty good. So if you really need to illuminate that trail at 1500, you're gonna get 50 minutes. That's almost an hour of runtime on this internally optic battery. That's awesome. So this light is equipped with 7 different modes of lighting, everything from your flash modes to your different settings on your lumen output, as well as it has a fuel gauge. So as it's running, it's gonna tell you as it's going down in battery. So you're able to start mapping that timing on your battery out your ride so you kind of know where you're about. Again, this is NiteLink compatible, so if you wanted to throw the wireless remote system or thumb control on your handlebars, it can go into this light. So you're going to be able to get that here with the 1500. This is USB-C rechargeable, so it offers you a charge mode of only 3 hours. So you can charge this whole thing in 3 hours. That's really good. Again, higher lumens, and it's even going to charge faster than their 1300. So you can start seeing how as we go up into these different options, even within the brands, you're getting better features, faster charge times, longer outputs at higher amounts, and lower weight. So let's break down some of the run times on this. Now, if you're looking at only 150 on your runtime and you're looking that for your climb, like I've talked before, with climbs, we kind of can drop our lumens way down. We don't really need to see too much, just enough to keep climbing up, huffing and puffing and all that thing. You can get 8 hours of runtime on 150 lumens here. That's pretty good. So say the medium one, maybe you're still climbing, but you need to see a little bit more. That's 550 lumens at the medium here. You're gonna get 3 hours of runtime. And then like I previously mentioned, on the boost mode, you're getting 1500 lumens here at 50 minutes. Now, if you break it down to 1100 lumens, which is kind of the high rating, you're gonna see the whole trail and all that good stuff. You're getting an hour and a half. So great amount of accessibility here on trying to determine how much battery output you wanna do with this light here, as well as some of their pulse modes here. With the fast flash, you're getting 12 hours, so pretty cool on that. As well as walk mode. Again, this has an 80 lumen walk mode. You need to pull it off, use it as a flashlight. You're getting 16.5 hours of walk mode flashlight here. Pretty cool. They also have like super flash for 14 hours. Again, so many different options for you to cycle through on these lights. All the different outputs. You're getting quick charge times. It's a lighter shell. Great option here if you want to go in here with the Lumina Max 1500. So that's basically it for NiteRider, which they offer so many other options. Make sure to check it on our website. We'll put the links in the description below for these two if you want to check them out. But let's jump into Gloworm, which now we're going to get into the external battery operated lights and kind of how these differ from these, and maybe how they're better or how they affect your writing, or maybe how they're a little bit worse based on your writing style. So let's jump into Gloworm and we'll get into all the features that they have to offer. All right, real quick, I want to just bring in here with NiteRider, and this is the NiteLink remote wireless thumb control that goes on your handlebars. This thing has a battery in it that lasts 2 to 3 years. So basically you're going to buy this thing and not have to worry about battery. But what this does is it allows wireless control to your NiteRider lights to adjust up and down your lumens and cycle through them. So that way, based on your ascent or descent, you're able to control that and get that maximum battery output to keep you going perfectly on your ride. I just wanted to bring that in there because this is a great option that they have. It comes in at 53 grams, so pretty lightweight. You're not going to notice it. Attach it to your bars and control your light wirelessly. So great cool thing from NiteRider is the NiteLink remote wireless. All right, so we're running out of daylight here because we want to make a video where we can actually show you these in the dark. But I want to get over through and go through all the features of the Gloworm. So we're going to just grab these Gloworm lights. We're going to run over there to get some on some rocks, and we're going to finish the features on these glowworms. And then we're going to get to the cool stuff where we're actually going to get out there and ride these lights out in the dark and show you how they perform under the settings. So I'm going to grab these up and we're going to run over there and get these done for you so you can understand how cool Gloworm is as a company. All right, so we've moved up here. We're in the rocks. Again, we're out here in beautiful Southern California in Joshua Tree. What a cool place that we're gonna be able to document how these lights work once the sun goes fully down. So let's get into Gloworm. Now, Gloworm is a new company coming into the light game, and they're making a big hit in it, right? They're based out of New Zealand, and they're mountain bikers themselves who came in and saw opportunity where they could really develop and engineer a style of light to meet their needs and what they saw other people would need when it comes to riding bikes and needing a lot of light. So they started in 2010. They're based out of New Zealand, and they really come in with the external battery option in their light lineup. Like we're gonna see when we go over the 3 options that we have here that we recommend for you. These are high lumen outputs. We're gonna go from 2000 lumens to 2800 lumens all the way up to 3600 lumens. Now, the reason and the way that they're able to do this is because they have external batteries that they can hook to their systems. So let's start by getting into the 2000 lumen light that they have with Gloworm, and we'll get into all the features and how this might benefit you or be the right choice for you. One cool thing before I get into the 3 light models that we have here to present to you is something called honeycomb. Now, this is a feature that Gloworm uses, and it's a way that they diffuse the light by taking the light and dispersing it all the way across. And what that does is it creates actually a more efficient light way of illuminating a larger space for you. So a cool thing that all these lights have is the honeycomb option. But now that I've gotten over honeycomb, which makes me think about cereal, because for some reason that's what it is, and it makes me think about that, let's get into the 2000 lumen option. Now the 2000 lumen option is the X2 Adventure light. This comes in, like we have it equipped right here. You're getting two LEDs, one being the honeycomb and the other being the spot. We're seeing here the external battery mounted below this. So now this is a great handlebar mounted system. This is the generation 2 of the Gloworm X2 2000, so they've been able to update a lot of features. We're getting that CNC aluminum body with a lot of heat fins here to keep that heat way down. Now, one great thing about all of Gloworm's products is the way they have app integration, where you can control the direct output of your lumens to whatever percent that you want. It's not about clicking buttons like we saw previously with NiteRider and Lezyne. You literally can change. I only want 5% coming out of my light. I only want 10% coming out of my light. Heck, I want 1000%. Just kidding. 100% of the output of my light. You have the power to control and fully customize those settings within your Gloworm system. So that's really cool. Another cool thing is they all have a great remote thumb switch here that you can put on your handlebars. So you're able to predetermine those settings and then cycle through them based on that thumb control. Another great option is, if you look at the batteries, is it'll display the runtime based on the percentage at which you have your light set to. So say you put it at 25%, it may tell you that it has 6 hours left of runtime. But when you ramp it up to 80%, it's going to drop that down and say something like an hour and a half, right? So I can't sit here and give you exact runtime like I did before with NiteRider and Lezyne, and that's because it's fully customizable to you. And it's displayed both in the app that you can have on your phone as well as the battery itself. It has both a meter to show the fuel left on the battery as well as the actual runtime as a countdown for how much you have left to ride your bike with the light. So this is the 2000 output lumen. Okay, so let's talk about this. It's 290 grams total, right? And that's with the battery pack. The light itself is only 79 grams. So overall, it's not that heavy of a system. Also equipped when it comes with the box is 2 sizes of cords. If you were running a hydration pack, you could run the long cord and keep the battery pack on your back where your hydration pack is and just mount the light on your helmet, right? If you just mount it on the handlebar system like I'm displaying here, you could run the shorter cord and have it much more complex and simple. So not too heavy of a system. If you include these things, but ways to switch the battery around and all that. Another cool thing is, if say you're doing really long rides, you could have an additional battery and be able to double your ride time by just taking the battery that's depleted its energy and putting another one and attaching it. So this is the 2000 lumen Gloworm X2 Adventure. All right, so next up is the Gloworm XS Adventure 2800 lumen light. Now we're seeing here, we're getting 3 different LED optics here. This gives you a lot more range to widen that pattern, beam that pattern, as well as use the honeycomb, which is right here in the center LED. Now what they've done is they've built off the ever popular Gloworm XS and put it with the Power Pack 5 battery. So at 2800 lumens, you're getting about an hour and a half, excuse me, of runtime. But again, like I mentioned previously with the 2000 lumen output, is you have the ability with all Gloworm products is to link up to their mobile app and control that output based on percentages. And then the battery itself, which has a cool little panel here, will display the actual battery output and the runtime that you have. Now with this and the battery combined on the 2800 lumen XS Adventure, you're getting it at 311 total grams. Sorry, bugs are biting me. We're out here in the wilderness. We're filming this video for you because it's amazing, but I'm here for it. So 311 total grams with the battery. So not too bad if you're going to mount it to your handlebars. So pretty cool. Again, this is waterproof to the IP6 7. So pretty good on dust and water resistance here. As well as it's got the 2-hour battery charge time. So this battery only charges in 2 hours. That's pretty good for the amount of runtime and the amount of lumen output that you're getting. And again, you can always get another battery if you need to really run high lumens for long periods of time. So you're getting all that. Another cool thing that Gloworm has across their board is overheat protection. If you're running that high lumen output for too long or anything like that, it definitely has the ability to protect itself for overheating. It's not going to blow your light up. You're not going to melt anything or anything like that. So it has cool special modes where it has disrupted flash patterns. This is across all their lights here. So if you're looking for really high output lumen, 2800 is really cool. It really brightens things up. It has a lot of great features with 3 separate LED systems. 2800 lumens here on the XS Gloworm. All right, last up in the Gloworm that we want to talk about is the Macho Combo Burrito. Super size it up, give you everything you want. This is the XSV 3600 lumen output. Again, 3 LEDs here, but we're seeing a much bigger battery pack, right? But if you really want that lumen output, they have it for you here at Gloworm. Again, overheat protection, right? It's going to give you, at 3600 lumens, it's giving you 2 hours of runtime. That's crazy. I mean, you're basically turning nighttime into day for 2 hours, probably brighter than daytime with this system right here. Nice little foam pads, or, you know, what is this I'm looking for? Like a rubber, I can't think of the name, but you get it, right? So you're getting a nice system here. You're not gonna scratch up your bike. It's gonna mount really well. Again, it's got multiple cord options. It has the Gloworm app compatibility where you can change the output of the lumens there. And with 3600, you get a real wide range of how you want to adjust that. It has the disrupted flash setting here, which gives you that feature for flash if that's what you want to get out of this, right? Again, 4 hours on battery charge time here, so a little bit longer than the 26 or the 2800, excuse me, but 3600 lumens is a ton. So you're getting really, really bright settings here. Maybe you're going out backpacking or whatever else, or bike packing, and you want a really, really bright light to take with you. Maybe this is your option. A cool thing about this light and about Gloworm products is they offer accessories such as the way to turn their lights into headlamps. This basically is a feature that goes over your head. You can mount the battery pack to the back, so if you're out camping on a bike packing trip, you're gonna be able to take your bike light and turn it into your headlamp. So just a cool feature there to consider. All right, I forgot to go over weight, so I'm just gonna add this in here really quick because surprisingly, this weight isn't that insane, right? So with the battery pack and the 3 LED optic system, which has the honeycomb, the wide, and the spot beams all attached on here, which, excuse me, is 2 spots in a honeycomb, but combined you get a really wide, is what I mean to say there. It's coming in at 501 total grams. So although it is significantly heavier than we're seeing there, for the amount of lumen output that it produces, it's really not that bad. So if you're mounting it on your handlebars, this really gives you that turn your brights on, LED, light it all up type of system by Gloworm. So this is the XSV 3600 lumen output light. So just to quickly sum up Gloworm, because I know we went from one location to the next, the sun's falling down because it's about to have some fun out here and do some night riding in Joshua Tree. All of their options have the cool ability included in the box of a thumb control, right? So you can control that feature of lumen output right at your thumb on your handlebar. You have the full customization through their app system to go from 1% all the way to 100% and set your lumen output. And although they seem big because of the external battery, you're getting higher lumen outputs. And once they're mounted, they're really not that bad. It may look a little excessive, but I promise you, when it's on your bike and you see that trail in front of you really illuminated, you're not thinking about that anymore. It's pretty simplistic, great quality, and when you feel it, when you pick it up, it's like picking up a solid machine that you know that you can trust. Gloworm's really bringing that here with this new technology of external batteries and how they're putting lumens to higher extents than we've previously seen. So this is Gloworm. And at last, I just want to finish up here on the different mobile app integrations that all 3 of the brands we've previously discussed have to offer. So let's get into those real quick. All right, so just to briefly go over, like we've seen in these 3 brands that we've chosen as our top brands to think about and pick for 2023, is that they all have basically smart capability, right? They have mobile app integrations. And this gives you the ability to control different features on the lights from your smartphone. So if you look at Lezyne, they have the Smart Connect Wireless. This allows you to sync if you have a 2-light system or a rear light and a front light together, and you can toggle those systems based on their controlled wireless setups that they have to offer, as well as be able to control certain modes and set them up all up through your phone. So that's a really cool feature. If we move into NiteRider, they have the Verifer NFC technology. This basically allows you to, you literally tap your phone on the light and all of a sudden your phone knows what light you have. You can register that light to you, and you can basically set it up where you can lock it out on there. If your light gets stolen, you can report it through that system, as well as a bunch of other cool customizable features. So that's the thing that comes with NiteRider. And lastly, like I've already kind of mentioned before, is the Gloworm Link mobile app. And this is where you can fully customize the lumen output from your light, as well as change the beam patterns and adjust everything based on your features. You're also going to see when you set it to a setting what your run time is on that setting, and be able to basically plan out your ride and know exactly what you're going to get into based on that app. So again, all these brands have great mobile app technology. They're allowing you to customize further and give you more features than just pushing buttons on the light. So that's basically it for the brands that we had to offer, as well as some of the models that we think are great. But personally, we think almost all the models that they have to offer are great. You really can't go wrong whether you pick anything from Lezyne or NiteRider or Gloworm. Again, if you want lightweight, I would recommend going with the NiteRider stuff. If you're looking for that real convenient all-in-one package for really long run times, I would go with the Lezyne, right? Because they've been doing quality products for a while. You know, same with NiteRider, 30 years in the business. Really got those cool features, right? If you want all maximum output lumens, you want to be able to bring multiple batteries with you, go for longer rides at real brightness, then Gloworm is the way to go, as well as the customization there. So if you're looking for full customization, you really want to tailor that lumen output, Gloworm is the way to go. We hope that you liked this video we did out here in beautiful Joshua Tree, like I keep saying, just because I'm stoked to be out here. I can't wait to get on the bike here in a minute and hook some of these lights up and see how they perform and show you how they perform. So why don't you leave us a comment below where you plan on night riding this season, maybe a favorite trail that you're looking to really illuminate and keep riding through as the sun goes down sooner. As you see here, the sun's going down. It is 5:59 and the sun's behind the hill. So we're just about ready to start gearing up and going for a ride. And if you have further questions about any of these lights or any of other lights that we carry here at Jenson USA, make sure to reach out to our Gear Advisor pros. They're happy to answer all the questions that you have. They love talking bikes and products, and they know all the details. Chances are they've tested all these things, they've ridden them, they've put them through the test. They know exactly what to tell you about them to make you feel comfortable in the purchase you have to make here at Jenson USA. Also, make sure to follow us on all our social channels at Jenson USA. You know, comment, like, all that great stuff. Follow the channel because that keeps us making these videos, right? When you subscribe to our channel, when you like these videos, it basically tells us going out here and running around on the rocks, finding the perfect light, getting the cool angles, and all this fun stuff is doing something for y'all. It's making you guys have a great time. It's keeping you pedaling because that's what we want to do. We want to keep you pedaling. So we hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for what we have coming up next. Make sure to check out our previous video if you needed more information on lights. And as always, like I just said, and as the cameraman behind here knows, keep pedaling.